What's up folks, welcome back to another episode of Outer Worlds 2. Today I'm going to explore the northeast for the map and see what else we can find and possibly be done with these two quests and maybe more. So let's begin.
Not safe to push through here. May best find another route.
It will be fine, Tristan, don't worry. Oh, wrong tool again. What do you know? Our second server. Let's open this bad boy up. Whoa there.
Sending me into desolation would mend what he saw as wounds in my mind. The first few weeks were horrible. Grief dogging my every step. Nightmares of my murdered colleagues. But then, the nightmares began to ease, and the grief ebbed away. What replaced them is emptiness. The Order speaks of humanity becoming something more. But their words are insufficient speculation. There is nothing more to be. Only dust and death, and the rifts await us. Those rifts, I find the absolute annihilation they offer oddly soothing. Perhaps I will make one last pilgrimage. One last journey on the path from nothing to nowhere.
So this is another way to get inside. Alright, let's move on. What do we have here? So let's go with that. Do we need to have Inez in our party for that? Probably. Let's pick her up.
Have an update about that personal matter. You know, the one that might, end the universe. The other universe-ending thing. Back at Winter's Grasp, I found someone was continuing Anais, Sir Bujolt's research. Believe I have a lead on their identity.
And who is it?
I wholly agree.
Tell me, woman.
Pieced together information from earlier leading to Golden Ridge on Dorado. Oddly enough, to the anchor hold at Matriarch's Mercy Monastery. I had Val set the location on our map. I recognize we're juggling multiple crises, but I'd suggest we journey there sooner than later. Did you need something?
Not really. I was trying to pick Inez for her companion quest, but I guess we are doing yours first.
May all our...
So let's go to Dorado. So here's where we need to go. So let's move.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return?
Look, I'm not with Auntie anymore.
Thank law the displaced listen to reason.
Let's become some ammo while we're at it. Why are they locked up? I have to go all the way around again? Frick.
Oh. I didn't expect us to wander into the scene of a murder, but somehow I'm not entirely surprised. Anomalous events have a way of spreading, multiplying. We should find a way inside. There might be clues to what happened, and where Anais's research is now. They should have been sealed in that room to focus on their studies uninterrupted. No one in or out. I'd suspect the missing anchorite knows something at least. We should ask her. Might be some signs in there of where she went. The terminal at Winter's Grasp said Anais' work was sent here. There might be signs of that, or where the missing anchorite got off to.
I'm pretty sure they couldn't stand each other and kill themselves. One is the murderer and one is the victim.
I've had a chance to look around. You seem like you've done a thorough sweep. We should discuss what we've uncovered. A disputation of current order methodology focuses mainly on our presiding bishop, but saves ample room for the Laureate Council and previous regime as well. I believe I got the gist by efficiently skimming. The general concern is that the order has lost its way. My old department is repeatedly mentioned in a favorable light. Anais' work is regarded highly. Poor thing. Blunt force trauma to the occipital lobe, I believe. Possible signs of an altercation. Might have been an accident. Might not have been. Hard to say with just a superficial glance. At the very least, her cloister-mate Anchor's Brun has some explaining to do.
I'm telling you. They tried to kill each other.
I saw that. I believe it was Anchor's Chow's diary. Spoke about regular visits by an exemplar Southworth, who requested access to Anais' work. Chow seemed worried they were conspiring about something. That they'd mentioned an old order research station. I don't know what happened to Anchor's Chow, but leaving a body behind is suspicious, and the disputation reads like a call to arms for any fringe thinkers in the order. That old research facility seems the most likely spot to look next. I know the coordinates on Eden, placed by the name of Point Obviation. There's no destroying the copies at this point, I'm afraid. We're past that. The research is out there. We need a way to keep anyone from taking it up further in the future. If we go in guns blazing from here, it will only continue. We need a plan to annihilate the idea.
So we kill everyone. And the idea.
This is the exact sort of work we did at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection. Diverting problematic events. We learned how to best respond once things begin to spread. We developed tactics at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection to minimize unforeseeable consequences. We can discuss once we see the situation on the ground.
Okay, let's go back to the ship.
Yes. Time to seek out Anchor's Brun.
So we are killing ideas now.
Halt! Bye-bye. Cease any and all manner of perambulation. Don't know who you all are, but unexpected guests are categorically unwelcome here. How'd you even find this place? Maybe I should just shoot you and glean details from your logs.
Ah, exemplar, if I may. Surely you recognize such a notable member of our cohort, Marisol Delgado. The end point?
I can't recall if I ended whoever came up with that name. Surely hope so.
You were head causality intercessor of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, right up till the end, correct?
More or less.
Well, what a fortuitous alignment of low probability events this is. Our efforts here are based on your former department. You should confer with Anchor's Brun straight away.
Oh, I'm quite certain Anchor's Brun would relish the opportunity to talk your ear off. We actually sought to find you and others of your program, Intercessor Delgado. A serendipitous event, you arriving. Nonetheless, I'd ask you to follow certain precautions. Will you heed all requests and vouchsafe for your colleagues here? Them being unknown to us and all.
We'll mind our manners, Exemplar. I'll see to it.
Then, you may all proceed. You'll find Wilhelmina up the lift, 4th floor.
Welcome to Point Obviation.
Don't worry, we'll kill you last.
Anchor's Brun is continuing Anais' research from Winter's Grasp. I'm sure of it. Best play along for now, until we can ascertain the best course of action.
Playing along. Duration indeterminate.
Look, everyone! It's the endpoint. Come to join us. No sudden moves. Gradual movements only, please.
Yeah.
I am a long-time vocal exponent of your work, Intercessor Delgado. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah, we don't care.
Anchorites are reclusive and highly regarded in Order society. Anchoress Brunn's presence here indicates the importance of this facility.
Oh, who's this? Yeah.
Well, look at that. The traitor.
Oh, yes, I remember you. We met earlier at the site of my former seclusion. I've heard much of your exploits since. If I recall correctly, you helped prove Anchoress Chow's argument that violence is sometimes necessary. I admit I have modified my stance toward that more recently. I understand you allowed Seer Wiley to go free, yes? Once was a time I would have made that exact same decision. And you're Marisol Delgado. We've never met somehow, but I've read your file. An impressive body of work, though often quite mortiferously inclined.
The universal equation occasionally requires subtraction.
Yes, well, to what do we owe the pleasure? Are you familiar with our goals? Come to join up, perhaps, or should I say re-enlist?
Well, I'm sure you can tell us that you killed her.
A truly unfortunate accident. I had posted my disputation and stated my intention to leave. We argued heatedly. Objects were thrown. She stumbled and fell badly. We try to honor her loss. Such tragedy only underlines the importance of our endeavors here. Each day the equation remains unsolved, countless more tragedies occur. We must succeed at the soonest possible haste. You saw the disputation, though. Tell me, what did you think? You read it, yes?
Not at all. Not even a line.
Surely you're aware of the myriad errors of our current presiding bishop and previous regime. One of whom shut down the division that operated here, the other squandered it. Our sect aims to end human suffering, sooner than later. We've taken great inspiration from your former department, from their methods and their science. To solve the universal equation in our lifetime requires bold action, clever calculation, and assiduous work. Oh, you're an admirer as well? It's one of the very things that led me to agree to lead the efforts here. I believe it's the way forward for the Order. Bujold's thinking was unconventional, ahead of her time. In fact, she's here with us now today, overseeing an experiment that proves her researchers' theories.
Really? Seer Bujold is here, at present, in this facility? The one we're presently standing in?
Not long at all. We reached out to her on Cloister. She agreed to join us immediately. If you thought her work before was captivating, wait until you hear the experiment she's overseeing now. The intent is to represent the building blocks of the universe within a test chamber, then extrapolate data revealing the universal equation from the micro-universe that forms.
Sounds like it could change everything, one might say.
Why, you should go see for yourself. As former colleagues, I'm sure you'd like to reacquaint. Go on. I'll call down to let her know you're coming. Yes, she's monitoring the experiment. I'll have elevator access unlocked so you can join her. Do please stay in the observation area, though. The work is quite delicate. We'll speak further after you check over
Sure.
and the experiment continues.
I will not go
So
to
exciting.
any place that I wasn't supposed to be in. Let's go meet her.
How much longer do you predict preparations will take?
Almost ready. Perfect timing for my former colleague to peer review my work. I'll press them to verify my settings. Thereupon we will begin.
Splendid. While others pontificate, we act. I await word of our success with bated breath.
Head Intercessor Delgado. What an opportune time for you to appear. At the perfect moment to assist our experiment.
What in the endless void are you?
Shh. Comms off, but others are near. I need your aid before this ridiculous affair careens into disaster. Can I rely on you this time? Or will you already intend on scurrying away again? The test involves 4 stations. Each represents one of the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Zeranium gas, macro-IVs, nucleons, N-rays. All the usual stuff. That test chamber is where all are meant to mix. To simulate a mini-universe I can apply my theories to, pull data from, and deduce the universal equation in a reduced time frame. We know what happens if that's successful. So I need you to muck with each station's settings, then initiate the experiment.
So we want us to sabotage the experiment. We can't do that.
Hold on. How? Why are you even here?
I came to derail this line of inquiry in such a discommodious way that no one would ever consider trying it again. For all the aforementioned reasons of it likely causing, or at least queuing up and leading to, the end of all things. You chose to leave me behind, again. So when they came calling, I thought it an opportunity to sort it all myself. Yet, admittedly, at this moment, I could use your assistance.
This shouldn't be your burden. It's on me.
You don't get to decide that, or adjudicate, or coolly comment in a steely growl. Not falling for that a 10th time. Help, or stay out of my way. I, for one, am certain. Even if I wasn't, now is not the time to dally. Sooner you start, sooner this will be finished. All you need to do is adjust each station's settings slightly. Things will cascade from there. Remember, subtlety is required.
Yes, if we alter the experiment input data in a less than delicate fashion, Brun will notice, I assure you.
The guards on the 2nd floor won't appreciate visitors, so avoid getting spotted. Here's a maintenance key. Head down the vent.
Another day, another event.
It's only the fate of the galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful.
One, two, three. Anyone else hear that? No? Oh, just me then. I see.
Can I kill them? Well, I guess we can't. So we need to be stealthy here.
Something wrong back there? Hello?
Not friendly life form detected.
I'm no tenured archivist, but that sounds dangerously unstable. Oh well.
Guess we can go that way.
Path to ascendancy is non-linear, someone says.
Well, I think we've done everything we could here.
If you're done, evaluating my work and all settings are final, enter the terminal command to void the oxygen from the test chamber.
Did it work? Did it work? See, was it a success? What happened?
Hold the applause just yet. I need to run the numbers. I'm sending the others back up to you. They can describe the proceedings in detail.
I shall await their arrival. Anchor's Brun out. That is how these messages end, yes? If not, farewell.
The results of the experiment will be a career-ending embarrassment for Anchoress Brun, but she won't accept this lightly. We'll need to do more. You'll need to convince her, destroy her logic, end this research for good.
How the frick are we supposed to do that?
All it requires is a forceful array of incisive argumentation, logical reasoning, coercive persuasion, and cognitive contortioning. Make Brun give up on science, logic, and reason entirely. Then no one will ever dare continue the research again. Between you and Marisol, it should be a light challenge. Easy.
Well, I have level 20 speed, so...
Oh, yes, a book you wrote titled Making an Execution Look Like an Accident. Despite the moral quandary ideally involved, unseen consequences still abound.
How the hell they are talking to each other through the walls?
I naively hoped your commander would coax you away from such thinking. Let's hear it. Seems reasonable. Appreciate you listening. Murder shouldn't be our first option here. Too many drawbacks, both mathematically and ethically. Not sure I like the sound of that.
Okay, let's get going.
But in the event you should fail, you'll need a viable backup plan, or it will erase any chance of success completely. The Anchoress is housed in a test chamber similar to this one. It's been refurbished with some rather tacky furniture, but much of the old experimental apparatus remains. There is a hatch near the elevator upstairs. An external ledge leads to a vent system that can connect the two chambers. Doing so will expose the Anchoress to a lethal atmosphere. I'll need to make an announcement afterward that an accident has occurred tied into the experiment. I'll cut off her comms when she begins pleading. Oh, that sounds even more heartless when I say it out loud. Please choose wisely. Here's the hatch key in case you need it. May all your endeavors elicit expected... And Marisol, do keep out of trouble.
So our way inside the chamber is this one. But let's talk with her first.
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end, yes? The data hasn't arrived yet, so please do tell. Was it as beautiful as I imagined? Any inklings to the result? Or perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything. some issues. You seem like softening the blow. Was there a malfunction? Was there some error in the calculations? Wait. Let's start from the beginning. Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry. Really? In what way?
Well, I'm saying whatever comes to in my mind, I guess.
Did Seer Bujold fail to explain? Using her theorem, we can map the position and path of every atom in a simulated universe. Then extrapolate that to solve the equation. This was just a start. Such models typically make an enormous amount of errors at first. All quite expected. An anticipated setback, nothing more. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though, one must say. I miss her skepticalness and insight. If we could agree on a topic, there could be little doubt in its logic and rectitude. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. We will continue to stride forward. There's absolutely no need for all this doom and gloom. Oh, is one of you a seer now? Because I put considerable more stock in the prognostications of the Order's prime mathematicians than I do any old run-of-the-mill soothsayer. Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off Seer Bujold's research, which is quite brilliant.
Again, this flow will destroy me.
That's both incorrect and rather mean. Ah, the experiment data just arrived in my terminal. Allow me to eyeball it a moment. Perhaps there's something here to help prove or disprove any of what you've been saying. There was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond acceptable parameters, but curious. Could explain the failure. Oh, come. One bad test wouldn't mean the science is completely flawed. I fear this was a waste of valuable time.
If I may, I have a point I'd like to add.
Please.
There's a critical flaw in Seer Bujold's approach I think best illustrated by this English phrase. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. I much appreciate this jest. Very simple, yet clever. Because in English, the word like can mean similar to or I prefer. And flies can be to soar, or plural of the insect. Through this perspective, it functions, makes sense, is humorous even. But in another language where words' meanings differ slightly, it does not. The framework we interpret the statement from changes, thus rendering it uninterpretable. False. Bujold's method of shortcutting the universal equation is much the same.
It lacks context. When you extrapolate the data from the mini-universe to the larger one, the information itself may scale correctly, but fail to interrelate. This has been a difficult conversation. Challenging, disputatious, at times compelling. Yet I remain unswayed.
We tried. Our fallback plan's our only option now. Head for the hatch.
What was that? You're starting to worry me. What do you intend to do?
That I can do.
understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. You've truly been an enormous disappointment. A key experiment fails and Ancrus Brunn falls prey to an unfortunate accident right after you and your consort arrive. And we are all to believe these events are unrelated?
That's circumstantial and more than a mite bit paranoid. I expect better from an Order scientician. Even one from the Department of Applied Scientism.
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over this, Delgado.
I swear we didn't do anything.
Don't try to lay the responsibility for this on me. I'm not buying it. The Anchoress, poor trusting soul that she was, may have believed you were here in good faith. But I don't. You're looking more and more like enemies to me. Fascinating. You know, I reviewed that work myself, right? I'm well versed in manipulative prevarication from feckless mutineers. Try again. Or try facing a gauntlet of well-trained exemplars. I could always choose for you.
Again with a freaking fall.
Really? You don't say. I know you're to blame. I just wanted to see how far you were gonna take this. I can't believe Ancrus Brunn fell for any of it. Fellow exemplars of the Order, commence hostilities!
Fine.
Transmitter down over here. Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Mitigating the threat. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Scoping out a hostile. Back and scan. Activate. Torpificator is charged. I have a fix on their weaknesses. Check your scopes for combatant analysis. Activating energy transmitter. I have a fix on their weaknesses. The fight out of them. Torpification in progress. Combatant scan. Target analyzed. Lay down fire. Yeah.
And that's all of you.
It's only the fate of the galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful. It's only the fate of the galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful.
Commander, it's customary to evaluate results after a mission of reasonable significance. Would now be good?
Sure, why not?
I've had some time to cogitate over what occurred at Point Obviation. Some parts don't sit right with me still. Wonder if you and I might talk it through. A bit, yes. With the work I used to do, I'm no stranger to guilt and regret. Midway into my requisite sleep cycle is when it usually plagues me the most. We could have done better by Anchoress Brunn. If we'd properly convinced her to abandon the research, I'd doubtlessly still lament duping her, but she'd be alive. And yet, such actions were par for the course for me in the past. When my remorse for Brunn rears its head, it will need to get in line. Yes, Southworth was complicit, and now she's dead. I hope so, at least. According to Anais, we could have reduced the likelihood of that occurring by completing the brain off. It's not anywhere near zero, but it's unlikely.
Well, if I hadn't this flaw of lying all the time, I could have. But no.
Let's say there are no present perils from my romantic past I'm aware of, though I can't rule it out completely. No, I'm thinking more about Anais. She seemed pleased that we at least attempted to address her concerns, so I've changed, apparently. Thanks to you. Oh, Brunn obviously murdered her. Thought you knew that. Perhaps it was an accident. Perhaps she simply wanted to knock Chow unconscious so she could sneak away. Or not. Indefinite immurement isn't for everyone. Even the finest minds may crack under the strain. But her canned, feigned concern about Chow, how she kept changing the subject, both belied an underlying sense of guilt to me. Appreciate you taking the time to talk it over.
Well, now I believe I can level you up. No? Wait a minute. Wait. Well, guys, I searched the whole place and I couldn't find her second upgrade kit. So maybe it's bugged. So now the only thing I can do is move on to the Inez quest.
Welcome to Auntie's Choice. We look forward to your
welcome, big spender. Hello. Hope you're here to talk business. Otherwise, I have to mark this as a break. Sure am. I'm not taking any risks on this law-forsaken ice hole. I survive here, I'll move into middle management and spend the rest of my career with my feet up on a desk. Honor and glory are for the soon-to-be dead. I'm not cleared to commentate on the nature of Auntie's wars. The sooner it ends, one way or another, the sooner I get behind a desk and away from this wasteland.
Those Protectorate scum squeezed us good this time. I feel like a sprat of unusual size in a cage of last time. I don't know any more than you do. Shipment must have gone working hard or hardly working. That's rhetorical. Sorry.
I'm open to ideas.
Clearly they've added more automechs.
Than when we were running the place, can it?
Trust me, it is.
Don't see any collectibles around here.
I cannot believe how bloody cold this place is. I can literally see my words freeze before my face as I say them.
Ah, stop complaining.
The scrappers are getting closer and sniffing around at night. They give me the creeps.
I would rather have them scavenging than attacking us.
Welcome, distinguished.
Whoa. There's a lot of you here. I can see a cave over there. Well, what do we have here?
This must be the place Ortiz mentioned. Hard to fathom a lab in those caves.
Well, I think we found the secret lair of Superman.
Whoa. Commander, hold up a moment.
What do you want?
Are you hearing this? It's some manner of distress signal. Encrypted. One of Auntie's, I'm certain, but this one ain't entirely familiar to me. Can't unless you have an Auntie's Choice patented codebreaker on your person. Reckon we'll need to find the signal source. If it's not to do with the lab, I'll be damned. We should press on.
And stop wasting my time, let's just go.
Let me handle this. What in the void? Law, I think I've seen enough death to fill 3 lifetimes. And it don't get any easier. What happened here?
I think your friend
He spent his last moments
happened here.
over to this from the wreck. Sorry, friend. He's got a code breaker on him. Let's see. Yeah. I'll be damned. That powered up the elevator. Signal's stronger than ever now. These poor bastards must have been responding to it same as us. This must be the lab.
Elevated heart rate.
Hello? Is anyone there? I have been signaling for help incessantly. Come quickly. I'm trapped in my office, by the foyer. The others, I fear they might have lost their lives at the hands, claws of escaped beasts. Mind yourself.
Ain't getting through. That's him. That must be the doctor. He's got no idea an entire squad died trying to fly in here and save his sorry ass.
Unusual levels of zeranium detected ahead. Caution is advised.
Well, thankfully I can disable that.
Mechanist Tate speaking. I need the record to show that I have reported many times that these pressure valves have fallen into disrepair, only to be ignored each of those times. And now I'm out here in the voided cold, attempting to stop this leak from getting worse, and... What was that? Stay back, creature! Blast that doctor for locking the gadget in the gun safe! This is when I need it! Maybe I can... No!
What are they doing in this place? Ain't no purpose for this. What's... Hola! Ortiz?
Wait. This is your friend?
No. No, it ain't him. I thought... Commander, help me make sense of this.
Common causes of loss of vision may be attributed to the following: inflammation, disease, aging, and trauma. Seek immediate aid if you experience blurriness or spots.
I had a notion of what I might encounter here. Test tubes, records, some graphs kept on ice, but not this. Law. My heart just about stopped when I saw him. I thought Ortiz had come back, gotten himself in trouble, but... No. This man, whoever he is, he's been dead for a time.
Wait, he's not Ortiz?
Simple. Ortiz is missing the fingertips of his right hand. Ship hatch accident. We gave him grief about it for weeks. But this man's hands are all right. For all the good it did him. Void, damn it. This poor man. The test subjects. Ortiz. All of them are dead. All of them left in ruin by the butchers running this place. All of them could have been me. That ain't true. It weren't abandonment. It was breakage. I knew what would happen should anything go wrong. It made me a liability. It endangered my unit. I can't blame anyone else when I knowingly accepted the risks. But they gave me hope. when I had nothing. If that was a lie, then where does that leave me? Suppose I've always known something to be true, though. If nobody's privy to what the powerful do behind closed doors, then they can do anything. It's folk like us who pay the price. All that matters now is finding that doctor. He's got a reckoning coming. Or if they do, they leave him just lucid enough to answer a few questions. Let's go.
This went pretty dark, pretty fast.
Over here! These beasts have me pinned down! Handle them straight away, please! I cannot let my genius be wasted!
Boy, damn coward! We'll see how you beg when we're face to face!
The Cystipig has been released. The Cystipig is free.
Another maintenance hatch above us, if we're apt to sneak about.
Well.
What wretched work. Poor creatures ain't got an idea what's in store for them. Oh, law. Wasn't keen on seeing a fight between them. Is this the cub that Terminal mentioned? Still breathing, but only just. Void. That must be his mama on the other side of the glass. We were too late for the soldier back there, but not too late for this cub. We should help.
We will reunite a mother with her child.
Administering this fast-acting stimulant to the cub should awaken it.
Cub's awake. His signal, all right. Let's get the bastard.
This unit
Mama's
can
raise is
administer pain.
I think this calls for a reunion. At least one good thing came of this place.
Reunion between mother and child. Never thought such a thing could be engineered between the beasts. Fascinating.
You the doctor in charge here?
Indeed I am, soldier. And my, a picture you are. What exquisite graft work. Might I trouble you for an examination?
So you're the one who butchered my friend, Ortiz. The one who tortured those creatures out there. Who killed that soldier.
What's going on? I don't know any Ortiz, I swear it. I'm just a doctor. Please, don't shoot.
How fast he became anxious for his life.
Records? I don't know of any such... Oh, bother. Fine, yes, I did complete a procedure on one Trooper Ortiz, along with 2 others. He eagerly offered himself up for this project's first human trials. Rather hasty in hindsight. I know what you're thinking. Yes, the grafting program was officially shuttered 6 months ago. That was not a lie. But I thought it a shame, and it seems I wasn't alone in that. I was recruited for this unofficial venture soon after. Don't understand the need for secrecy myself, but our sponsor demanded it. I dared not ask too many questions. He's some manner of executive. I don't know his name or official title, I swear. My orders came down the long, long chain of command. I'm only doing what I was told.
Enough with the excuses. You absolute wretch. Any scientist with any shred of decency would have refused your position. Your precious data is nothing compared to those you killed.
I sympathize with your friend, soldier. Truly, I do. But if I mourn every failure within these walls, I might never operate again. You must understand that the work we do here is greater than any one life. We can change the galaxy for the better. If you require convincing that my experiments have led to many breakthroughs, witness me. My own lungs would have failed without my prototyping of a device to keep me alive.
That device any good at stopping a bullet?
Enough with the threats of violence. Listen here, if you choose to brutalize me, all of my research and knowledge will be gone. Forever.
So?
The suffering you've seen here will be nothing in comparison to the suffering I could prevent. Do you truly want to be the one to stand in the way of progress? It's been a long time coming, but I believe I've laid the groundwork for treating injury and illness far better than modern medicine can manage. We are on the precipice of regrowing limbs that had been lost in accidents, reversing brain trauma, nerve damage, mayhaps aging one day. It would be a boon to humanity and a boon to Auntie's bottom line.
Don't even start, Commander. I ain't keen on anything this man sells.
Let's not be hasty. I see your graft is a result of revision surgery. Your first go was botched, and you were considered a failure of the program, yes? I know what happened to those failures. Demoted, disgraced. It was horrible business. And yet, you still wear our colors. You want to reclaim your station, don't you?
You don't know anything about what I want. I wish I could agree with you. But I have fallen in the esteem of others. The way the other soldiers looked at me after my procedure, I'll never forget it. Whether I want to regain my position or not doesn't matter. I don't want your help. I will not benefit from the pain of others.
You think there were no victims of the first program? That your existence isn't built off the bones of those who came before? You're no more righteous than I. You simply looked away. Now, if you stay your hand, I will grant you 2 state-of-the-art grafting parts. They cannot fail. Install one of them, and you'll see my earnest intent. You were never the broken thing they made you, soldier. If you wish it, you may still become a most extraordinary specimen.
No, no. Stop talking. Stay there. Don't make any stupid moves, understand? The adults need to have a talk over here. Commander, I don't know what to do. I came here intending to make him pay for what he's done. And I can't shake the reasons I've seen to burn this place to the ground. But what if he's right? What if something in his work is worth saving? What if this is my chance to make something of my life? To be accepted again?
We don't need this guy.
I appreciate that, Commander. But I still ain't so sure that's true. We've grown close, you and I. And you know full well I ain't keen to ask for help, but I can't afford a mistake. I could spare this doctor, explore this research's potential, but if I kill this man and exact retribution for Ortiz, I'll never know for sure what that research might have wrought. And if I do that, there'll be no going back for me. But after all we've seen, how could I call myself one of Auntie's own? Would I even want to? No, it's not. I was fooling myself thinking otherwise.
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Don't shoot me. We were in the midst of negotiating.
Say goodbye.
I have no need for negotiating, Doctor. You brought this on yourself. Let's just take what we need and get out. I can't stand the sight of it.
Nothing interesting for me here.
Think we should make for Fairfield for the grafting lab. This mechanical augmentation could be of use to me, to us, if we can get it installed on the shoulder. And maybe I can bend the doc's ear for a moment or two. If anyone can help me make sense of what happened with Rasmussen, it's her. I need answers. So how about it?
Of course, but didn't Fairfield got destroyed? If I remember correctly?
Thank you, Commander. I apologize for having us run about. Just hope
Well, I guess we'll find out.
I think you ought to be careful, Commander. After what we saw in that lab on Cloister, I ain't keen on aligning with Auntie's choice and handing them more power. More importantly, it's becoming clear to me that folk don't actually want us here. Westport resisted as long as they could. You think that doesn't extend to the rest of the populace? There is another option. The Order. They're trying to do right by the refugees, after all, and seem reasonable when they ain't being strong-armed by extremists. You could consider them. Transition of power will be smoother anyway, if this war's anything to go by. I'm glad you're considering it. Listen, normally I'd take issue with one person playing Kingmaker. That is to say, you, and especially the Earth Directorate. But time's too short, and the stakes are too high for tribalism. There'll be enough time for that later. For now, we need to ally with someone who can defeat the Protectorate and close the rifts. So whatever you decide, I'll support you. We should move on, unless you've got something for me?
Oh, let's move on.
Whether it's an orifice or a face, Auntie's choice makes a cream for it.
Please tell me that the lab wasn't destroyed. Yes, yes, yes.
Ah, Inez. Have you come back for a tune-up? I've got just the injection for that. Freezes those pesky muscles right back into place.
No, yeah, a tune-up sounds good. I got a device that might help stabilize what I got going on up on the shoulder. Ought to let me use my graft all the more often. Think you can install it?
Oh, well, this device is unusual and rather ingenious, if I may say so. Hold still, dear. This should take but a moment. There. I dare say you won't be needing any tune-ups in the near future. But I do trust you'll find an excuse to come by for the occasional visit. Where did you find such a device, anyhow?
Can't tell you.
What is it, dear? You look, well, a bit like you've been stung by a terror ray. I've got ointment for that too, you know. Whatever do you mean? The program was shut down more than 6 months ago. Any further funding would be in direct violation of Auntie's orders.
It was off the books, Doc. We found a grafting lab way out on Cloister, still operational. Law. I ain't seen horrors like that in my life. They were brutalizing folk and creatures, paying them no mind, giving them no honor even if they succumbed to the process. The doctor there, he killed a friend of mine. And you're telling me you knew nothing of it?
Inez, I swear I didn't. That sounds... Oh, Sovereign's mercy, that sounds precisely like what I would protest with every breath.
The creatures they were experimenting on broke out of their cages, killed most of the staff. But you know what's worse? keeping a dead soldier's body on display. Like a thing. I found the doctor in charge, still alive, cowering. I killed him, and let his sick aims die along with him. There's no good that can come of his work. Nothing.
But this ain't the extent of it, I fear. I need to find out who's responsible for all the...
Oh, Inez, I know you do. But with the program officially shuttered, it would be awfully difficult to ascertain which individual has the pockets to fund such a... Wait. Yes, that does shed light on a correspondence I received recently. A vice president sent a message asking for my presence and scientific expertise to discuss a unique opportunity. I found the secrecy odd at the time, but I do suppose it lines up with your discovery.
Then tell us, who is it?
His name is Willard Conan, VP of Experimental Operations. The very man who was in charge of the grafting program at its inception. He's... Oh, I know that look. If you mean to do something, I beg you.
Doc, with all due respect, what I do with him when I get there is my own damn business.
If you think it's my own well-being I fear, then you don't know me at all. I will help you. Vice President Conan's office is aboard the Undisputed Claim, the flagship of Auntie's Choice. I do not know where exactly, as I've never been, but it's my understanding that you will need to present this calling card to gain entry. Inez, all I ask is that you remain safe. A terrible wrong has been done, but do not throw your life away to right it. You might seek justice via other means.
I can't promise anything, Doc, but I'll try. Thank you for everything.
Well, let's go pay him a visit, shall we?
Commander, I've been thinking. We got the intel we need, Commander. The Undisputed Claim's our destination. When we find Willard and stop this law-damned program in its tracks, Auntie's Choice will get what's coming to them. Been doing some thinking about ending the grafting program for good. It's gotta happen. I just didn't think it would start this way. With me turning murderer. Auntie had me good and fooled. She ain't any better than Spacer's Choice. Making any of them see reason is an impossibility. Our overlords had a saying in Tau Ceti. If you got a rabid canid, you put it down before it maddens the whole pack. They used to say it about us workers, like we were the problem. It was terrifying. But now I reckon I see some sense in that saying. Retribution never came for the folk at the top back then, but it certainly can now. Good thing I've already gotten started then. I wonder if this is what Ortiz had in mind when he sent me that message. He trusted my judgment, knew I always aimed to do right by him and folk everywhere. But he also knew both of us had been lied to when we joined up. The notion that our taking extraordinary risks would pay dividends. Do you think he knew this would be the final straw? Thanks, Commander. Maybe this is what folk mean by the architects setting things in motion. If I hadn't broken my contract, I wouldn't be here. Maybe proving myself was never the intention. Maybe this is what I was meant to do. Suppose we're fixing to find out.
Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the protector
to what you... Through your decisions as
month's winner of Auntie's Jingle Contest TM is Factory Technician 3rd Class Jeannie Thirunavu Karasar, who submitted the following audio recording.
I love Auntie, yes I do. Her hair looks real, like a real hairdo. I love Auntie, so do you. Let's buy Sisty Bits, covered in goo.
Congratulations, Janie. You and your family win a full year's supply of Forced Pockets.
Elephant, shouts to you.
We took what nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it through artificial means.
At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial.
Can't tell the difference between cover and concealment. Then you need a good set of armor before someone succeeds. Appreciate you handling our dirty work.
Oh, hello.
It's high time one of you scientist types responded to my calling cards. The position's been open for more than 2 days, and already productivity is tanked by 149.4%. You want the role, it's yours, but I'm not budging on those hourly rates.
Let me guess. You're backfilling Rasmussen's position? Or all the scientists who work with him on Cloister lying cold on the lab floor?
Both, obviously. Unless you mean to tell me a graft like yours can install itself. Now, do you want the job or not? We're burning starlight.
I do. Been waiting on this moment. This grafting program is a law-damned abomination. I went to your lab on Cloister, saw for myself what kind of depravity your folk got up to there. It's sick. My friend was butchered by Rasmussen. And he wasn't the only one. In fact, this program's been a sham from the start. I got tossed aside. And for what? A mistake? Ain't nothing good that's come of this. It's time to call it quits.
What a preposterous notion. Shall we stop producing inhalers because of side effects? Or shut down all food factories because one severed appendage finds its way into packaging? No, certainly not. I am not to blame for whatever inconvenience you experienced as a first edition patient. To quit now would be to toss aside all our progress. Nonsense. I have myriad data at my disposal to dispute such a claim.
Don't matter to me what your plans are, or what you think you might accomplish. You've hurt too many good folk, and I've had enough.
I fear you've gotten too negative an impression of this work. Hear me out, will you? Allow me to assuage those fears. My mind is not entirely consumed by capital, I assure you. It's also consumed with professional pride and self-preservation. We cannot speak of sensitive business details here. There's no telling which opportunistic colleague or overpaid contractor could be listening in. They would ruin me. Ruin me! Meet me in back deck steerage. Take this pass for the tram. And for law's sake, make sure no hanger-on follows you. Especially that assistant of mine next door. Chin up, dear. I believe I'll change your mind yet.
We'll see. Seen this song and dance from all manner of suits before. Reckon he'll try to reel us into a ridiculous scheme.
Or probably it's a trap. So let's go find out.
versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's Choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Auntie Cleo take Spacer's Choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Auntie Cleo's Darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacers Chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer-Tyler, 6th base person for the Anti-Cleo's
Ah, you came. Foolish, aren't you? Thinking I'd reveal my secrets to the likes of you.
No, I was pretty sure it was a trap.
Now's your chance. First one to kill these imbeciles gets a one-time immune assault discount.
Ready to assist agents.
Come through, my good Biff. That discount will be applied to your next purchase at the commissary, but cannot be combined with other... Ah! You're still alive!
Ain't gonna be that easy to get rid of us, you idiot. This how you treat all folk who approach you in good faith?
No folk have ever made it this far. How did you get past all my contractors? They were heavily trained and heavily expensive.
They were about half as coordinated as a herd of sprats, and just as threatening.
Do not make a mockery of the dead. They were all someone's children, partners, and investments. So what do you want? Allow me to guess. Money? We all want money. And I've plenty, I assure you. This again? What is it with you? No! I've no incentive to shut down my life's work, especially at the demand of common thugs.
Latinez handled it.
You ever seen a grafted claw strip flesh from the bones of a stubborn old man?
No.
Well, on the count of 3, you will. 1.
All right, fine. Consider this my resignation. Here, take everything I have. Any bits left in my office are yours. Just, please, don't follow me.
Good riddance. But this ain't over yet. The other executives will be notified the moment Willard flees the undisputed claim. And within hours, dozens of rung climbers will be at the tower jockeying for his position. It's all but certain that they'll claim his work for their own, and make his bastardization of a grafting program all the worse if they so choose. Ain't about to let that happen. Wouldn't bet on that. You only become an executive if your sole concern is the bottom line. But shame? Shame can work wonders. It's obvious he was up to his neck in some scheme. If we dig it up and get the word out, his legacy will be in shreds. Maybe folk will be less inclined to follow in his footsteps. Should all but guarantee that Willard can't come crawling out from whatever rock he's keen to hide under, in any case.
So let's go back to his computer.
All right. We ought to start by searching his office. Any evidence we can find regarding money or business dealings could be of value. Once we got what we need, we can head to the recording studio to get the word out. The promise of a scandal should be enough to get in the door. If we drag enough skeletons out of Willard's closet and dangle them in front of the masses, things will go our way. Just have to look in the right places.
mysterious in this... A blood sport without blood. Sounds like...
The story of Anti-Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations, who unfairly stacked the deck against the little person, as they tried with us at Tau Ceti. But did Anti-Cleo take Spacer's choice devious shenanigans lying down? No! Just like our sponsored tossball team, the Anti-Cleo's darlings refused to do when things were down at the end of the sponsorship series against the Spacers Chosen.
I'm Jean Turfer-Tyler, 6th base person for the Anti-Cleo's darlings. A clean Spacer's Chosen goalie at the end of the 56th inning, then made a Sunday goal.
Let's see what we got.
You cannot be here. My contract stipulates that this lab door remains locked at all times. I am not to be disturbed. Ha! That's funny, considering the heaps of times I've been called such.
I'm here to tell you that your treacherous fiend of a boss is now out of commission, and I'm investigating all of his indiscretions. You wouldn't happen to know about any unsanctioned business dealings, would you?
Ah, I'm afraid I can't help with that. I've only spoken with him once, upon my hiring. Well, yes, but not here or face to face. I was to have all communications sent to a private room at the Best Choice. He held all his business dealings and records therein. I gather he was circumventing intellectual property taxes or some such.
The Best Choice. That's the lounge for VIPs, looking out over the Esplanade, if I'm remembering right. We might pay it a visit. Oh, law. That room is what he meant by the carousal corner in that terminal entry, isn't it?
If that's all, I'll thank you kindly for closing the door when you leave.
Sure.
More daring, exhilarating, armed and inoculated against a hostile terror.
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
Our product line is stronger than nature.
Yeah, this is about what I expected.
There's a freaking door. Are those the ones that were dancing for him? has some unique.
Never thought I'd be able to see the undisputed claim in. Would have been worth every.
Some unique taste he had. I'm gonna puke.
Yes, I understand I may look in charge, but I'm just minding the desk for our esteemed director. The real talent, as they say.
I need to get a message on the broadcast, urgently. Can you help with that?
Not unless you need any clever pointers on enunciation. Our director, however, is in one of the recording booths. Through the door to your left. You'll want to speak with her.
Welcome to Wireless Free Arcadia Studios. Thessaly Falk, Director of Talent Placation and General Runnings. Here to contract a recording or in the market for autographs?
Again, this freaking game is bugged.
Is that so? Well, the more riveting the content, the larger our commissions. However, as you're without an appointment and I'm quite busy, I'm afraid I've only time to record one take. Do make it count. Shall we begin? That's quite the bold claim. Now remember to speak into the mic, dear. Enunciate clearly, but with feeling. Inhabit the words. Be the message. Joining us today in the studio is a very special guest and rare specimen indeed. A grafted soldier. And one who alleges that one of Auntie's own vice presidents is not who he seems. Take it away. Some say there cannot be success without suffering. It's more or less standard operating procedure, isn't it? Unless you're leaving out any gory details. Ah, now we're getting somewhere. Tell me, did he squander all his bits on drink? Bet it all on a tarmac and cheese rebranding? Or worse? Thoroughly recount every lurid detail? Splendiferous! Couldn't hardly get more sensational than that if we tried. The audience will be on the edge of their seat hearing all the ghastly minutiae about this scandal. Oh, Inez, almost forgot. We have a bit of a goodie bag for special guests who visit the studio. You qualify. Do collect it from the front desk on your way out.
Alright, we finally did it.
Feeling like I could take on the galaxy, Commander. But don't worry.
And we got an advanced mode kit. So let's head back to the ship.
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away!
Have time for a chat, Commander? Commander, you hear my interview over the wireless too? They've been playing it every hour. Part of it, anyway. Seems all the evidence we brought Thessaly made an impression. Other VPs are fearing for their jobs now. Can you imagine? Reckon nobody will touch Willard's work now. Definitely. I'd bet a
post-mortem on Willard's activities is being drafted as we speak. Few are keen to repeat the same mistakes as someone trotted out as a cautionary tale. If I ain't said it recently, then let me say it again. Thank you. I don't think I could have done right by Ortiz all on my own. Nobody has to be hurt like he was again. Come on. You've done enough for me already. And any help from a friend is invaluable. You know, it's hard to fathom that just months ago I spent so much law-damn time begging to be accepted. Like I was worth only what other folk thought of me. I was so lost. I really believed when I ended my contract that a better life was possible. I know the truth about Auntie's choice now. And I know who I am. So yeah, a better life is possible. Just not at someone else's mercy. I ain't gonna let myself or anyone else be led into the same trap they set for us. Ever again. I will, Commander. Anyhow, that's enough sorting my thoughts for the moment. We got a galaxy to save.
So... let's put that. Let's put that. Let's go with that. And let's go with that. So we had a pretty long episode this time. We've done all the companion quests, and I believe we're closing to the end of the game. So I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Ciao!